Good afternoon everyone, the Wars Maps channel is with you, and today we will discuss the very good news that has happened over the past day, as well as updates on the front. Well, let's as always start with the losses that the Russian army suffered over the past day. 400 liquidated personnel, 9 tanks, 28 armored personnel vehicle, 1 artillery system, 1 anti-aircraft, 1 helicopter, 9 UAV, plus 1 cruise missiles, and 20 vehicles full tanks. It's really a good result for past day. And we also have very good news. As part of the exchange of prisoners between Ukraine and Russia, 215 of our Ukrainian soldiers were returned, including 108 Azov fighters. Acting head of SBU Vasily Malyak said that Ukraine handed over to Russia the former People's Deputy and one of the leaders of the opposition Platform for Life, Viktor Medvedchuk, as part of a prisoner exchange. Medvedchuk is not just Putin's godfather, but a high-quality traitor documented by us. His guilt is fully recorded in the relevant materials collected by the SBU. Therefore, we can conclude that this exchange is very beneficial for Ukraine, namely as far as it became known. For one Medvedchuk, we exchanged 200 of our fighters on our fighters, because the life of our fighter is many times more important than Putin relatives. Also in Russia yesterday there were mass rallies against mobilization, which requested to stop the war. Well, there were a lot of detainees, also according to some information, 1 woman dead at the rally, and there are several victims. Also in the Telegram channels there is a photo of the fact that people who spoke at the rallies against mobilization were handed mobilization notices into the army, which is actually very illogical and disastrous for the Russian regime. But now let's talk about changes on the fronts. There have also been some movements, namely we have partial success of the Ukrainian army in certain sectors of the front. Let's talk about them now. Russian troops continue to fire on virtually the entire border with the Kharkov region. Also video appeared on the internet stating that fighting was heard in the Kupiansk area on the outskirts of the city. Let's watch this. It is also good news that the Ukrainian troops managed to enter the settlement on Drobyshev, which is located west of the Liman, and thus in fact after that the Ukrainian troops managed to enter the outskirts of the city Liman. It is already reported the battles are going inside the city. We are waiting for the confirmation of the good news, and it is also reported that the battles for Yampol has begun, and after the loss of which the Russian troops will have to retreat from the Liman, because Yampol is actually the only settlement left that does not allow the Ukrainian troops to completely take in the operational environment of the city of Liman. Therefore, the beginning of active hostilities is very logical here, but the Ukrainian troops are very actively advancing in the west, and perhaps even on the western side. On the western side, we will already be able to enter the city itself. According to some information, the armed forces of Ukraine have already established themselves on the outskirts of the city Liman, so we are waiting for a good news from there in the near future. It is also reported that Ukrainian troops managed to liberate the settlement of Spirne, which is located a little south of Belogorovka, and thus we can say that the springboard for the attack to Lysychansk in the western direction is actually ready, and in the near future we are waiting for some new events from them. Russia also continues to want to attack in the Bakhmut area, but as always it is unsuccessful in the Zaporizhia direction. The front also does not change in any way, shelling from both sides is going on, and the same can be said in principle in the Kherson direction, where there is no special movements. The only video appeared about tank battles that take place in the Kherson region. Is roughly speaking, Kherson region is steppe and fields, so it is very difficult for Ukrainian troops to attack there, and let's see in the video how the battles take place in this direction. Namely, we will look at the tank battle that took place as close as possible to the city Kherson between Ukrainian troops and Russians. On this I have everything. Thank you all for your attention. If this video was useful to you and you liked it, please like and subscribe to the channel so you can support me. Thank you all and see you tomorrow.